What is this?
Massive protests on behalf of Mexico have broken out across Los Angeles, completely blocking the busy 101 freeway.
What? What? Why? What's happening? What? What's going on here?
Surrounding the unlucky commuters caught in the middle.
Dude, that fucking sucks, to be honest, for them to get trapped in there with all these guys. Oh, fuck, dude. Imagine you have to go to work or something like this. Man, dude, this would suck ass.
As we're now seeing flags from everywhere of the places they allegedly don't want to be.
I think that was a Honduras flag that I just saw over there, I think.
So downtown LA is brought to a standstill in every direction, and local law enforcement has now called it
Massive protest against Trump's deportation forms near downtown LA. Oh. Where's Zhao at? Where is Zhao when you need Zhao?
non-permitted. And when the police finally did arrive, it took them until night to actually do anything.
Really? Are you serious? That's crazy.
Until LAPD deployed the tactical shaman.
What? Wait, what?
Deployed the tactical shaman.
There's no way that they pulled out a shaman against these guys. What the hell?
And then the protesters immediately retook the freeway.
Jesus Christ.
I'm so sick of seeing this type of protest that I honestly think everybody on that freeway needs to see 6 months in county. This whole—
Yeah, you know what, to be honest, for you to be stopping like public roads or so for people who are trying to go to work, trying to go home after, you know, after a long day of work, or maybe they have to go to the hospital, maybe it's an emergency or something like that, and you're blocking the you know, the freeway or the highway or whatever you want to call it, freeway, you know, it's kind of like, it's like, at this point you should be arrested, to be honest, you know.
whole culture of whenever activists get upset, they're just allowed to hold the citizens captive has to stop. And if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed for more clips like this, because I left that stupid city, as whenever a war broke out overseas, they had to stop or freeway.
Anger drivers lash out after Gaza protesters shut down 110 Los Angeles times. Really? That was the thing that happened? Wow. Dumb.
Ways. The Supreme Court returns a decision back to the states, which will have zero impact on California. Block that same freeway. A guy dies across the country and you want to blame all cops everywhere? Guess nobody gets to go to work today.
Jesus Christ. What are you doing, man? What are you doing, bro? Like, what's wrong with you guys? Man, Los Angeles people are so fucking weird, to be honest.
Or basically anytime the Orange Man does something, feel free to unlawfully block me in my vehicle. And notice in all 4 of those protests, none of the signs, shouting, or social media posts accomplished a single thing. And yet, the police seem to conveniently look the other way when actually sentencing these idiots to any significant time behind bars. Because I can guarantee you, if they gave them their disbursement orders, and the remaining 50 idiots on the freeway refused to take their protests peacefully to the pedestrian sidewalk, then they got locked up and lost 6 months of their life in the Twin Towers Correctional Facility, suddenly nobody will think blocking the 101 is such a good idea anymore. And is this an insanely harsh punishment? Of course it is. But it's not like they're randomly picking out activists from a list to make an example out of them. We're just setting up a system called consequences, aka the justice system. So,
you know, your actions have consequences at the end of the day, you know, just saying.
hopefully Los Angeles can rediscover it someday. And it's bad enough they're waving the flags of a country they're protesting being sent to, but also burning the flag of the country they're demanding they stay in. What a confusing worldview to have. It's always America bad, but simultaneously, I demand to live in only America. As all the way down to the border in San Diego, they're also blocking the streets for the same protests. Almost everywhere in Southern California is simply allowing this to happen, as if there's some sort of acceptable level of stopping the streets, when it should be zero, because when this is just allowed, it's only a matter of time before an ambulance gets stuck on the freeway, or like—
That's true. That's true. And also because like remember during the whole big protest or so at a college campus or something in LA or something? They didn't do anything. They didn't stop it until like way later, but it got out of hand. It got out of control. It went super crazy, you know? I just don't understand, to be honest.
what we saw in Texas, an Uber driver ends up popping a protester. As over in Idaho, we're already seeing Americans fighting these forces flying foreign flags.
Guess I'm not leaving as soon as I thought.
And not even the cops are safe, as in Salem, Oregon, they began smacking his squad car.
This is stupid. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is completely stupid. As someone who is like actually, you know, who's actually Hispanic, right? This is stupid. This is honestly just generally stupid. What are you guys doing? You guys are retards. You guys are literally making fools out of yourself. That just even makes it enforcement. That just enforces and teaches that, like, you know, Mexicans are, you know, children, you know, they're childish, you know. It's so dumb, honestly. This is so dumb. If this is the outer realms, if this was in the realms of the outer realms, oh, we put our foot down. We put our foot down instantaneously on this. We shut this down immediately before it gets any out of hand or anything crazy. Like, we enforce this shit pretty fucking harshly when it comes to this. You actually do get severe punishment from this.
And again, all of this can be fixed if everybody that vandalized that police vehicle got the book thrown at them.
True.
It might not be Munson County, but whatever appropriate fine actually being applied would be a decent start.
Yeah.
As these people genuinely think there are absolutely no consequences to not only brazenly breaking our laws, but recording, posting, and boasting about nobody being able to stop them. And if this protest is to convince us that they should be allowed to stay, it's not working. It's just reassuring us that this needs to happen.
That's very true. That's actually very true. That just enforces Donald Trump's, like, you know, thing that he's like wants to take all the, you know, illegal immigrants out. You know, you're just setting a really bad example. Like, this doesn't solve anything. You're making it worse. God, pendejos, juela su madre, hombre.
The argument against it is, it's making all these workers not show up to their jobs.
Ya toda la gente que trabajaba aquí, unos están espantados, no hay quien venía a trabajar, otros ya se los llevó migración y así es como los negocios empiezan a quebrar.
Well, you shouldn't be hiring illegal immigrants. I'm sorry, but you did that to yourself. You decided to hire illegal immigrants, so you shouldn't be doing that to begin with. So, I don't know. The logic there is you shouldn't be hiring someone that illegally came into the country if you knew this was going to be the consequence. If your entire workforce crew is all illegal migrants, right? What do you think? Of course, I'm not going to show up at work. What are you going to do? You know? What if the right paid them? Stay woke. Shut up.
No immigrants.
No, it's the leftists, right? The leftist is democratic, right? What's it again? I forgot what it is. Let me see. There we go. Let me see. Yeah, the Democrats are the leftists. Right now, you're not saying woke for the right side, you know. The right side are the Republicans. So you're basically doing the opposite. We caught Dubstep in a lie. We caught him. We caught his man. Get this man.
This gives you this.
Whole bunks of mad faces and dishes stacked and nothing ready.
This is just like how their movement simultaneously argues America bad, but don't make me
Okay,
leave.
buddy.
This is the same side that shrieks over low wages and a housing crisis. But if all these legitimate businesses are suddenly seeing 90 to 100% of their workforce disappear due to illegitimate citizenship, it seems like we might have a lot more people here than should be. And you know what depresses
That's
wages?
true.
Importing cheap labor. You know what creates a housing crisis? Importing millions more into an area with a finite amount of housing. And of course, both of those have solutions that can alleviate the issues, but it's like they're literally trying to argue both sides of the coin, and their only solution is to give the government more of our money because somehow that will solve anything. But finally, Trump was elected, and immediately began militarizing our border.
Dude, that's crazy. They brought in fucking barbed wire and shit for this. That's crazy to see that.
Assess your work so far.
Well, look, I looked at the numbers this morning, Maria. The crossings on the border are down 93%. President Trump is a game changer. No one has had the success he's had on securing the border. He clearly understands we can't have strong national security if we don't have border security. We need to know who's coming in, what's coming in, where it's coming in, why it's coming in. And we have achieved a success on the border already. We got more work to do. And on top of that, we, as far as the deportation operation, we're just shy of, I think we got 5,000 already arrested the first week.
This is kind of crazy here that the cartels authorized the use of weaponized drones, explosives against CBP personnel and U.S. law enforcement down there at the southern border. Now,
Excuse me? I'm curious which cartel it is. I'd be curious which fucking cartel. Well, I guess someone got a fucking kill streak or so over there down in the south of the border, you know.
now they're actually being encouraged, of course, to remain cognizant and vigilant, but they're also being encouraged to use their long arms. Like, I have never seen this in a CBP memo before. They say, wear your ballistic gear.
Drones? This got out of hand so fast that the normie liberal activist doesn't
The
even...
only reason why they're doing this is because, you know, they can't send their drugs over here to the US, you know. I'm just saying, it was sooner or later that someone is gonna put a foot down, you know, on this whole, like, the fentanyl thing. I didn't even hear anything about the fentanyl until we saw like a Tyler Oliveira video of what's been happening over there in California, you know. I have never heard of fentanyl ever. This is like literally the first time I've ever heard about fentanyl.
even realize they're flying the flag of the forces that may be going to war with our military. As throwing a brick through a Starbucks for social justice.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I know a lot of cartel members are like, well, not a lot of them, but some of them are, but they're ex-military, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. I've looked into history and all this stuff for the Mexican army shit versus the Americans. I'm gonna be honest with you, the Americans are probably gonna squash the shit out of the cartels if they decide to keep aggroing them, you know. I'm just saying, you know.
One thing, but being seen as an enemy combatant might put them in an entirely different category, but hopefully it doesn't come down to that. And one last thing. As this so-called deportation document is spreading through social media, where many men are memeing and changing their minds about the whole situation. But this isn't even a good hoax, as you should have been able to spot that even without the AI detector. I know it was mostly jokes, but we gotta be better than that. So if you appreciate my concise...
That's crazy. Some places in US is bad. San Francisco is bad with the jerk problem. Yeah. That's what I heard too as well. It is actually pretty cthis kind of see what's been happening. Dude, this here in and on itself, this just makes it really bad. All of this makes it really bad. This isn't good. This is terrible. This is completely terrible. You are literally making things a lot worse than it needs to be. Like, by miles. This makes Trump look even better, you know? Like, just this and it on this stuff. This is just ridiculous, to be honest. This is just bad. This is really bad. Every one of these people are stupid. They're all retarded. I don't care if they're part of my people. I will call out stupidness when stupidness needs to be called out. And these people are stupid as fuck, to be honest. This is bad. This is just generally bad. I think this is a Honduras flag. I could be wrong though. This one, I'm not too sure. I think it's at the tip of my tongue, but I completely forgot what this flag is though. But this is bad though. This is really bad, to be honest. I don't know what that one is, but yeah. You shouldn't be doing this on a freeway, on a major street like this. You shouldn't be doing this at all. Finally, it's not my people. It's bad. This is really bad, to be honest. Not honest with you. But yeah. I just wanted to see what did they mean by LA surrendered the city, but this is not great, to be honest. Anyways, that's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff, and yeah. I'm not too keen on this, actually. I'm not really too keen on this. I am not. Nothing says you deserve to be here, like proudly flying a flag of the country that supposedly failed you. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not good, dude. This is definitely not good. Yikes. As a Mexican living in the US legally, they bring me so much shame. Yeah, they really do. California, where criminals are treated better than law-abiding citizens. Yeah, the problem is this is California that it's happening. Looks like ICE needs to visit LA with National Guard units. Turn it into a deportation or jail time festival. Imagine waving a flag of a country you don't want to go to. Yeah, I know. Imagine that, you know. I went over there. I went to Mexico, and there was a cop that pulled us over, but he was a corrupted cop. And he wanted roughly about 2,000 pesos. Or if we didn't pay the 2,000 pesos, they would get rid of they would take the freaking taxi with all our stuff in it. So yeah, we got fucking robbed or so. Like literally in like midday, not midday, but like in the morning, basically, when we were going back to the airport. So. Yeah, I said, fuck that, dude. I ain't going back to Mexico. Fuck that shit, dude. I'm not dealing with that shit. Unless they fix that fucking annoying crap over there, you know, I'm not gonna go visit. I'm sorry. I told Mama Azathoth, I told her, I'm not coming back here anymore because of that experience. I prefer that to not happen to me ever again. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah. Like I said, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, that's the end of the video. And I'm gonna be honest with you. These people, all these people who are waving flags of like the Honduras, the fucking whatever other specific, the Mexican flag. You put actual Mexicans who are living here living in the USA, I should say, living in the US legally, you put them to shame. Just like at that one comment section saying, you know, you put them to shame, to be honest. You really put them to shame. But I think it's just California, you know. I think the California water is just a little bit too crazy for these people. But yeah, that's the end of the video. And peace.